Welcome to In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, CEO of Academia EDU. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're taking a really fascinating journey into, honestly, a paper unlike any I've seen lately. And remember, what I'm about to share is straight from the paper. My role is to explore it with you, not to endorse, critique, or validate any claims. This is just about opening up the ideas so you can reflect and think for yourself. So let's dive right in. We're looking today at a paper authored by David G. Little and Swami Monamurthy Saraswati. It's called Interface Witnessing and the AAP Protocol, PSIONIC Rehabilitation for a Fractured Society. I know that's quite a title, right? It immediately sets the tone for something deeply unconventional. Stay with me, there's a lot to unpack, and I promise to keep things as clear as I can. Okay, let's talk about the prime question, or the main issue this paper grapples with. Why is it important? Well, the authors are really concerned with the idea that our society is, as they put it, fracturing, psychological overload, loss of identity, energetic fragmentation. That's their phrase. These are obviously big claims, and you may be wondering, what does that even mean for me? Well, they argue these fractures impact each of us, making it harder to feel whole or live with clear purpose. Their core question seems to be, can an innovative system, what they call the Applied Awakening Protocol, or AAP, bring about real healing and, more dramatically, a kind of planetary coherence? Now, what is the AAP and what's interface witnessing? Here's where things get a bit dense. The AAP is presented as a system, but it's not your typical psychological or social framework. Instead, it's described as, and I'm quoting here, psionic, which the authors link to multidimensional or even spiritual healing, sort of blends therapeutic tools with what you might call ceremonial or even ritual practices. The interface witnessing protocol, on the other hand, serves like a guide, meant to help people observe themselves in the world without judgment, supposedly leading to energetic hygiene and mental clarity. Central to all this are what they call the 4 pillars of light. These are somatic reset, cognitive repatterning, emotional integration, and identity restoration. Each pillar is described as a foundational function. Think of them almost like steps or stages on a path to healing. Somatic reset targets the body, trying to, align or ground you physically. Cognitive repatterning is about restructuring thought patterns. Emotional integration invites you to fully accept your emotional life, no hiding, and identity restoration aims to help people sort of remember their truest selves. Another distinctive feature you'll hear in this paper is the ceremonial or even, mythic language. There are nods to scrolls, capsule inserts, and glyphic architectures. The authors want each aspect to feel meaningful, ritualistic, and they say anchored in lived lineage. That means their sources aren't just academic, but also draw from things like Kriya Yoga, astral engineering, and even references to UFO experts and planetary contact nodes. I felt a little lost trying to follow the glyphs part. I mean, what is a capsule insert? But that's kind of the point. The vibe seems intentional, designed to be immersive, and hey, I guess we could all use a bit more ritual. Or maybe that's just me drifting off. I once attended a conference workshop where we just sat in a circle breathing, and to this day, I remember nothing except the snacks afterward. Total tangent, sorry. Let's get back. So, how do they propose rolling this out? According to their framework, the AAP isn't just self-help, but self-remembrance, an organised, scroll-sealed program aimed at social and individual transformation. The idea is that tools like somatic reset and identity restoration can be deployed not just for individuals, but in schools, clinics, maybe even governments. They see it as suitable for juridical clarity and multidimensional adoption. Those are their words. And they want it to be codified, trackable, ceremonial, ritualized, even monitored through what they call a foundation configuration system. That's a mix of diagrams, timestamps, locations, almost like a symbolic map for healing at the planetary level. It's ambitious, to say the least. But what does all this mean for you? Well, if you feel now and then that society is overwhelming or fractured, that it's easy to lose yourself in the noise, the authors are offering a toolkit. They're saying maybe, just maybe, taking seriously the rituals, the emotional work, and even the stranger side of things could help you feel more whole, or, hey, at the very least, make you more curious about fundamental questions of identity, emotion, and coherence. But remember, I'm not endorsing this. I'm just exploring it neutrally so you can do your own thinking. These concepts are pretty out there, and whether or not you feel drawn to the metaphysics, the larger takeaway might just be this: academic research isn't about ultimate truth, it's about offering up radical, sometimes challenging perspectives and inviting all of us in for reflection. You don't have to say yes to it, just notice what resonates and what doesn't. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode of In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price. Thanks for joining me. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, the frontier is wide open. Until next time.